I'm the captain now, I guess, right? I get to drive the mothership
There you
of
go.
the Council of Comics.
Yeah,
I like that. I actually like.
Welcome
me
to
too.
a Fill in the Blanks, a very special episode because I'm the guest host.
Yes, sir. You are the guest host. We appreciate you for taking time out of your day. I know that you're getting yourself ready for Heroes Con. So me and Rich guy really do appreciate you for coming
Absolutely.
out and doing the show.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys asking and being here, and um, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you guys are going to draw tonight. So,
Oh yeah, we have fun doing this.
and yeah, it's a busy, Heroes Con. I've been watching some of the Instagram stuff, and I know Cliff made it down earlier today, driving
Yes,
all night with Izzy and a couple comics. So that must have been an
yes,
interesting road trip, I'm sure.
I
yeah.
only imagine. That's one of those. I'd rather be a fly in there than
An actual
right.
participant. Yeah,
I think I feel bad for Will because out of the three, he's the quietest of those three. So
that's
um,
true.
yeah, I want to see what he looks like tomorrow when I get to see him.
There you go.
one
Gonna fight for your
of,
right to
one
party.
of these years, I will attend Heroes Con. One of these years.
Yeah, it's a great con. I attended last year for the first time, and there's just there's so many cons that are not comic focused. There's so much other things going on, and
Correct.
Heroes Con is one of those truly, probably 90% of the vendors are comic vendors, and then the amount of the guests, the creators, the writers, the artists that they get. So it's really a true comic con, and some of these other cons you can't really call them because it's more pop culture than it is, comic books. So
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I always go to Baltimore every year because it's still a comic show.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
not. That's one I have not attended, but yeah, I've heard good things.
So I know a couple people that are going to be at that show. That actually are tabling at that show. So if you see them, say hi for me. They know me as Reinaldo, not Green Shirt Guy, but you can say hi to the Dean's family, Sam and JRD, and Mike Hawthorne, who's his drawn for Marvel and DC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
You
a
go to
big,
their table, say hi for me.
big artist alley. So yeah, looking forward to checking it out and just I've been overwhelmed in the last like 48 hours on Instagram with everybody posting stuff and everybody making announcements and everybody showing their photos of them on their way. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun weekend.
And I heard Heroes Con is like a true comic book convention, not like pop culture or things of that nature.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're looking for a specific comic book, maybe a hard to find book, that's the place to
Hmm.
go because there are just so many vendors. There's your action figure vendor or there's
Yeah.
some of your normal stuff that you see. But I mean, when you look at the floor plan, if you even just look at the floor plan, you'll see so many vendors that are just like I said, comic book focused. And then the artist alley is as big as the vending area.
That's what you want.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
so, and you have a number of, big time creators from, Marvel, DC, indie. So yeah, it's, and for us on the East Coast, it's kind of centrally located. So easy,
Hmm.
North Carolina's not, and like I said, I don't know if you want to drive with Cliff and Izzy in a car for 12 hours.
Not that long.
Hmm.
I love Cliff, but I've been in the car for periods of time. 12 hours is I think would be past my threshold.
Yes. If he has the same energy he usually brings to one of the streams, then
Yes.
yes, I think that could be a problem.
Yeah.
TFX is in the house.
Hey, what's going on? We are happy to have you here, TFX.
Yeah, not a name I've seen. I don't think I've seen TFX in the chat before. So welcome.
Yeah, this is a new one to me too.
think he might be new to us in general. I think because I want to say the name sounds familiar, but maybe 1 or 2 shows, not like a
Yeah.
That's good though. Anytime we get somebody new, it's good.
Yep. Since you're new, make sure you like, subscribe,
Yes.
and then after the show's over, go back in and comment. I'm gonna
Yes.
want you to do extra work.
All good ways to support the channel.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it doesn't cost you anything except a couple clicks.
Just a couple. Yep. Just a few minutes of, well, I should say a few seconds of your time.
Right.
And I'm going to put up the banner. So we have our first hashtag for tonight. And I can actually just show, well, let's see, I don't have it. Juneteenth
Yes.
is our first hashtag of the night.
Yes, sir. Today is the federal holiday of Juneteenth.
So
I
yeah.
was off work today. I was off work today, so I'm happy.
Oh, nice.
I was not. I worked today.
Yeah.
That was
I
the
worked too,
kind
yeah.
of the funniest thing that when Sam's like, "You're not off." I'm like, "It's time for UPS." I'm not off.
Yeah. You're 1 letter off for him to be off.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's one of those newer holidays that
Mhm.
has been recognized, right? And that not all companies have adopted it yet.
Correct.
We do get Martin Luther King Day off though, so
Yeah. Yeah, we've only been celebrating it for about like 3, maybe 4 years at my company. We also celebrate in October, we also celebrate Indigenous People Day. We have that, we'll close that day too.
No, so TFX says he's seen a couple of the episodes from the council. He's a fan, and he started his own channel a couple weeks ago. So
nice.
I'll have to follow TFX back if you can, and put your link in the chat for us, and we'll make sure we follow you back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, always. It's interesting. The Comic Book Community Awards kicked off 2 weeks ago, almost this Saturday will be 2 weeks. The nominations open, and being able to see all the nominations as they come in, and there's a number of new channels that have been new to me that have been nominated this year. So good to see, some new channels, some new faces.
Can you do me a huge favor, Brian? Can you put
Sure.
the link to the CBCA Awards in our chat so that people that are watching could go on there and go ahead and do some nominations? And you can see some of the nominations already.
Like
yes.
us.
Yeah, like us. Nominate us because we're awesome. We're awesome. And we're quite handsome. I just want to put that out.
Yep, I'll drop that in the chat.
Appreciate you.
Readers.
Nice. Thank you kindly, sir.
Alternaverse. I think you guys might know them. You might know the Alternaverse.
Oh yeah, that's when
it posts on Facebook as well.
Yeah. When you chat in our chat, it goes all the channels that's linked. Which is awesome.
I was just at Alternaverse yesterday.
I was at my local comic book store
in plain old Texas.
In plain old Texas. I keep ever since you said it like that, I keep saying it like that.
That's Plano, Texas, not plain old Texas.
Yeah.
Well, it's both.
But I say it the other way because it's cool.
So it looks
All
like,
right.
all right, so C-Bizzle's, I'm starting to see the drawings happen there, start to form. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. Greacher Guy is a far better artist than I.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, C-Bizzle knows.
this one today I was struggling with this one today
You said that
because I
about the
had
Transformers.
I mean, if anybody's watched the show a handful of times, what I do is I draw it digitally, and then I light box it onto the cover. And again, this is not a complaint at all, because this paper is actually really good. Some covers,
It's super nice.
but it's got, I don't know if I can, if it'll show, it's black on the other side. So
Oh, right. Yeah,
black
yeah,
through
yeah.
was a little more difficult. I was able to do it somewhat, but not
Not
the
like
way
the
I
normal.
normally-
Yeah. Yeah.
So so then I had to freehand, which is, it's working out. It's just not, it didn't go smoothly as I was hoping, but that's fine.
Yeah, I like this paper. It just feels good drawing
It
on it.
does. It's nice and smooth too.
Yeah. Good job, Brian. Good choice.
Yeah, I definitely checked with the printer to make sure we had a good, stock on the paper for the cover. So, because I've
Mhm.
seen some other sketch covers where, you get bleed through, and depending on what, if you're using markers or things like that, sometimes it can be a little tough, or even just like you said, the surface of the paper is just not good for, pen or ink or pencil. So
Yes.
Even the big two don't are always
Yes.
consistent with that too. That's the funniest
I
thing.
want to say I actually want to file a complaint for one comic book that came out yesterday. The Ultimates. The
Did you get a
cover,
blank?
oh, the white cover, yeah.
the white cover. I didn't get a blank. I just got the Ultimates.
Yeah, but it's
Cover
just
A.
it's mainly white, and yeah, I
It's
think I
mainly
have
white.
it.
Yeah.
I saw that one. I don't read that book, but I did see that one. I did get this
Yeah,
one.
so see, it's mainly
Yeah.
a white cover.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just the paper feels weird to me. Like it's super glossy. I'm not
It
getting
is.
that one, Greaser Guy.
I'm trying to hypnotize you into doing this one.
No.
Come on, Jeff's fun.
Jeff the Shark.
No. Yeah, he
Come on,
wants
you know
me to
you
draw
want to do
Jeff
it.
the
Come
Shark.
on. Well, I have this one for anyone at home. My information's right there. You can DM me, and I will. I do commissions as well.
What a perfect cover to
Yes.
draw during Shark Week in July.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. When is it? Because I'm going to be in Iceland for a little while, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to miss it.
I
Let me
think
see.
it's usually the end of July, but
Okay.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Yes, Sunday, July 20th.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely be back by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a perfect subject for Shark.
I don't know about that.
Come on, you're in Texas. There's no sharks in Texas.
Exactly. Just card sharks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Especially at the casinos.
Or Thunder getting the hashtag in.
Thank you, Thunder 2000.
Well, Brian, while we got you, since you're our host today, why don't you tell us all about CBC Awards, and then we can go into your book that we're drawing on.
Sure. Well, the CBC Awards is a yearly event. We're year 5. This year is year 5 that celebrates the comic book community here on YouTube. We have 30 categories to choose, your favorite channels or content creators, and nominations are open now. They run through August 2nd, so it's open nominations. So if whoever you think fits, or whatever channel you like the best or fits into that category. I mean, really the only objection or only stipulation is that the channel needs to be active on YouTube, making content, and that they fit into the category that you nominate them for. So it's pretty, community voice to let the community, show their vote their opinion and their favorites. And then once the nominations close, we take all of those nominations and come up with 5 finalists in each of those categories, the 30 categories, and then we have a finalist voting, and we announce the winner the first Saturday in November, which I think actually is November 1st this year.
Oh, nice.
I
I think it
think
is.
so,
I think
too.
you're right.
Yep, November 1st. So November 1st, we'll announce the winners for this year's award. So it's really all community driven. So it's really just a way to highlight all the great content and comic book content that people put out there.
I have a question for you. This is not one of my questions. This is just a general question.
Okay.
What made you decide to do this type of awards?
When I started my YouTube channel, I had watched some content and then eventually started my channel, and I was discovering a lot of different channels and doing different things, whether it was like game show type stuff or deep dives. And so I started wondering if there was an award show for the community, because there was so much variety of content around comic books that was being produced.
Mm-hmm.
And I had come from another community, a kind of another niche community. I ran a personal finance blog. And so I was kind of in the personal finance blog space, and there was an awards in that community as well. And they celebrated whether it was somebody who did blogging or YouTube or different podcasts in personal finance. Podcasts are very big, similar to comic books.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had a yearly award recognizing all of the people that were in that community as well. And so I just said, well, I'm surprised that there's no awards for the comic book community, and took the idea from the personal finance space and turned it into the comic book community awards.
Nice.
Justin's here. Good evening, Justin.
I always keep saying, me and Three Good Nerds, we need to hang out. We live in the same relative area.
Yeah, I remember seeing you guys together on Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
Yeah. You
He's an
were
awesome person in the
streaming from the
community.
LCS, right?
Yep. And I'm already scheduled to do it again next year. And I should be doing a live stream on Black Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're a brave one.
Oh yeah.
I will be working on Black Friday.
Yes, we use the same LCS. Madness Games and Comics, located where? In Plano, Texas.
See what I started?
Yeah. Hey, just give me a sponsorship from the city of Plano. I'll be happy.
Yeah, right.
I think it'd be a great commercial. I keep pronouncing it like that.
And that actually would be really funny. And someone comes and goes, shh, psst, psst. Oh, yeah. And then you get it wrong again anyway. That'd be really funny.
Right. But this was a good book. It was an easy read. It wasn't trying to be overcomplicated. Like, I know I read a lot of independent books lately. I didn't start getting into the independent scene until 2021, and what I've seen, some creators, they make their story a little too convoluted and too complicated to get a grasp over.
Mm-hmm.
But this was good. I like this one.
I like to hear that. Yeah, I mean, as a reader myself, when I write, I try not to. I think of that because I know there's some books that I read that I struggle to get through because of the amount of dialogue and or
Mhm.
different parts of the story that are complicated or convoluted, and so you
Yes.
want to try to keep it, at least for me, I want to try to keep it fast, fast moving.
hmm
So that's good. That's good to hear.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at Suspiria on Flash right now. It's just like how the character is
down.
called Flash. Why is it taking me so long to read your book?
Right
But this
now,
this was a nice easy read. Easy, like I said, I didn't read issue 1, but issue 2 was still easy to follow. I still would suggest to get issue 1
I
so
would
that way you can
also.
have a whole totality. I'm a completionist when it comes to comic books, so I am definitely gonna get 1. But I would suggest people read 1 and read 2. But if you by some chance of a miracle didn't get 1, you're not gonna get too lost in 2.
Now, is any of it drawn from or written from real life? I mean, obviously you're not a superhero unless you are.
Uh, we ain't here trying to break people's secret identity,
But
okay?
the other stuff, is any of that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I definitely draw from my experience, life experience. People I know, friends, family, coworkers. And sometimes you're taking little bits and pieces from different aspects of people or friends, and kind of putting them together in a character. But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think that's the best way. A writer can express themselves through their own experience, their own life experience.
I
Um, you
agree.
know, I I find it difficult to write about something I don't know about. So
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, we're working on issue 3 right now. It's actually with the artist. I've seen a couple. I think I've 5 pages so far. So that's in progress, and I've got a few other stories that I've outlined that I'm going to start to write as well.
Nice. You know what's cool? I actually put like the name of your book is called The Doctor, and I put in the Doctor comic book, and your Kickstarter is like the third or fourth thing that popped up.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
Of course, the first 3 are related to Doctor Who.
Of course. Oh, of course. Well, I was gonna say Doctor Strange.
That's not bad company.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was like, I understand it, And the other time I'd be like, why is his third? It should, this should be real easy to find. And then I kept going down. Oh, Doctor Who, understandable, understandable.
Yeah, Doctor Who's been, he's been around a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little while.
just a little bit. I am speaking of your Kickstarter. I am putting it into the chat right now.
Yeah, so we have the like the pre-launch page for issue 3 up for issue 3. So
Mhm.
just to kind of get the word out, get people following it, and get updates, and once we get ready to launch, because it's probably going to be later this year before the artwork is finished and that we kick off the Kickstarter. But having that like pre-campaign page out there allows people to follow it, and once it
Yes,
goes live, they'll get notified.
yes, and that's why. Look at who. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I want people to at least go check it out, so that way, they could follow it. And I do highly recommend it because, like I said, I enjoy reading it. It is a good
Mm-hmm.
story, um, and it's good to be on here so that way you can make sure if any new details pop up, it's there for you. And Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I see. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm clicking at stuff. Man, you did very well.
Yeah, the Kickstarter was, big shout out to the community and everybody that backed it, because it really, having the following in the community and being able to promote it, via YouTube, and that really helped the channel, really helped the comic, the Doctor. So that was that was a big help.
I am saving it now, so that way send me an email.
Awesome, thank you.
Because if anybody knows me, I'm working on 5 monitors.
Yeah, right.
So you see me looking over here and over here and over here.
Only
So
5?
I got
because I ran out of room. I have 2 more monitors in my closet. I kid you not.
I got a TV right here now that I put on for whatever.
Yeah.
It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I just put it on for noise earlier.
Yeah, my TV's behind me, so I didn't want to put that on because it was a lot of copyright stuff. Let's see.
We're about a half hour in. Do we want to run our? We've got.
Yes.
Yeah, we should definitely do the first one anyway.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like we only have 2 entries. So if you haven't entered,
there you go.
Juneteenth.
Yep.
In the comments, get the hashtag in.
We got 4 people watching, only 2 entries, 2 more people to enter into the world's greatest monthly giveaway. Go ahead and put that hashtag Juneteenth.
Where's Joseph Michael when you need him?
Yeah, right.
And Humphrey Castro.
And Old Wolf.
And Old Wolf. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's got to win eventually, right?
Yes.
Should I do the Sam countdown?
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's go for it.
All right. So you got 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 2 people. Who's it going to be?
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Oh!
Thunder. Congrats.
We'll write that down.
Sorry, Justin. You had a 50-50 shot.
You'll have another chance as the show goes on.
Yeah.
Our set up.
Excuse me.
Let's see. I'll do my hashtag next, and then Green Shirt Guy, you can be the third.
Sounds good.
Nice.
I gotta think of one. I had one earlier, and then it left my brain.
We'll keep it on, on par here with the Doctor.
There you go.
I'm gonna enter in this as well.
Let me edit the banner too. That in there.
Did I put those?
So enter the Doctor in the comments for a chance to win another duck for the monthly duck race.
Yes.
Oh, and I got a special thing for Sunday as far as ducks go.
Nice.
For those of you who watch our Sunday show.
Nice. So,
what's the film this week? Is it
PCU?
Yes.
which I found out today apparently is not streaming anywhere. So yeah,
No.
either you have Phil might be able to.
What's
watch it,
PCU? I don't think I know that.
it came out in I'm trying to think.
94?
Early 90s, I want to say, like 94, 95. Yeah. Jeremy Piven, John Favreau.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a frat sort of movie.
Okay.
It's fun.
Like a more tame Animal House.
Different.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say no more.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
David
give too much
Spade
away.
is in it?
I haven't watched it forever myself, but I remember seeing it in the theater. And when we were choosing, how we were choosing our actors, I was like, I had a list. And I kept paring it down, and John Favreau kept staying in my top 3. Eventually, I was like, I just got to go with this one. And then that's when it was. He's not even like the main character in the movie, but the character he plays is pretty funny.
Got you. I have a Favreau movie in my head. I'm not sure it's gonna be one of the ones you picked. Maybe it is. I'm not gonna say nothing because I just want to be surprised.
Well, I won't say either way if you tell me what it is.
Well, I guess besides his MCU stuff, his biggest movie I would think would have to be Swingers, right? Favreau?
It's up there. I did not choose Swingers, I can tell you that. There's another one that's around the same time, and so the 3 movies I chose for him are about like 10 to 12 years apart.
Okay.
One was like a few years ago, and then the second one I think was 2003 in there, something like that, 2004. And then the one before that is early 90s. So it's like just over a decade. So you can kind of almost see him grow as an actor.
Yeah.
But if you look at his filmography between directing, producing, and acting, I mean, when he's probably never going to win an Oscar for as an actor. I think that's obvious. He's a good actor, but I don't think he's ever going to win. He's a pretty good director. He's produced a lot of stuff, but so he's going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. I promise you that. But if you ever go and just go down the list, he's
yeah. I'm looking down the list. He's
Elf when nobody's still making Christmas movies anymore.
Yes.
Zathura is pretty underrated if you haven't seen that. Swingers, Maid. What else has he been in? There's one of the
ones I haven't seen yet, but I've been seeing all the clips of, and I do want to sit down and one of these days just watch it. Is Chef.
Well, we'll be watching Chef. That's the third one.
Okay.
That's the most recent one. So I'll slight spoiler. That movie is one of my favorite movies, and I will put that movie on when I'm drawing because the music's in it's great, and I can do what I'm doing and then stop for like 30 seconds and go back to what I'm doing. So that's one of the reasons I chose that movie too.
Now, was that in theaters or?
It was, but I don't think it was in theaters for very long because
it came out in 2014.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's good. It's very good.
He's in Rudy. What did he play? I'm drawing a blank on what he played in Rudy.
Rudy,
he was his best friend, wasn't
he? He's Rudy's tutor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the guy that helps him keep his grades up. And then Rudy, I think, helps him get the girlfriend. Remember, there's the guy that is at the stadium at the end.
Yeah,
go back and watch that now.
And that's the movie. Actually, Rudy's the movie where Favreau and Vince Vaughn met each other.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Rudy's such a good movie. I'm really not supposed to like it,
even though it's not completely based in fact.
True, but the main reason because it's a Notre Dame type of movie. So
right? No, I
Michigan
get that.
Fan, I'm not supposed to be liking that movie.
I love who's the priest, the older guy, white guy priest. I can see his face. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He played he's the guy who owns the TV station in Mrs. Doubtfire that ends up interviewing. He plays the priest in it. And I'm a religious guy, but he has a great line in it where Rudy asks him, I can't remember what the question is, but he says, in my 35 years or 40 years of theological study, that I've come to 2 certainties. There is a God, and I'm not him.
All right, we can go ahead and do our questions.
Yeah. I got a call. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
All right. So I'm going to spin it this time, and because a lot of times I drop it, so I'm going to spin it and we'll see it here.
Okay, we'll go tails.
Okay. Ready? It is tails.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do my questions.
Okay.
The first question, I'm gonna do 3 questions. I'm gonna flip flop between each question because the first question is going to be for Brian LCS. What inspired you to start writing comic books, and what was your first big break?
So I studied film and television production in college, and I wanted to work in the film industry. That was my goal out of college, and I took several screenwriting classes and wrote 4 or 5 feature length movie scripts.
Oh, nice.
And I actually had a literary agent out of college for a little while, for about a year, who was shopping some of my scripts around. But nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened with that agent. And then I got, working, and life happened. Met my wife, started a family, and so really got. I worked in cable television, so I was kind of in television production side of things, but then kind of went down the path of IT. And so I haven't really done any creative writing since my early 20s. And so when I got back into collecting comics and then started seeing some of the Kickstarters and things like that, and having some free time on my hands, I started writing again. And then that, prompted me to finalize a script and find an artist and put a comic book together.
Nice.
So, and how did you find your artist? Was it somebody you knew, or was it you just kind of blew the horn and saw who showed up?
I talked to a few other. So Brandon from Dismay Comics, I talked to him because he had done some previous Kickstarters and books, and a few others. Doug Bratton, who did Isolation with Reggie Collects. There was a book that they did. So I had talked to them a bunch about how they went about finding artists and things like that. And there are a number of like Facebook groups for independent artists, inkers, colorists. And so I just basically put up a post. I joined a couple of those Facebook groups, put up a post, and got a number of responses, and looked at sample artwork, and ultimately picked an artist. So the artist on issue 1 is different than issue 2.
I think I noticed that.
Yeah, and so
the style's similar, but yeah.
Yeah, so David, who did issue 2, David Rodriguez, he's doing issue 3, and he's very. I'm glad I found him because he's very easy to work with, very talented artist. Not that I was unhappy with issue 1, but it wasn't quite exactly what I was looking for. But for my first project and the cost, it was what I needed at the time, and so. But yeah, I mean, I basically went out and found, there, like I said, there's a number of Facebook groups that you can, solicit work from, and you just have to be careful because, a Facebook group, you can have a worldwide, there's people from all over the world there. So you just have to make sure that, and there's a bunch of scams that go on out there too. So you just have to, don't be paying people up front without getting work and things like that, just to make sure. I luckily have not run into any of that, but I have seen stories or heard stories of people. And just unfortunately, that's just the world we live in today. So
right,
true. So my second question is for Green Shirt Guy. as y'all know, Richard Guy is when he's not being an awesome person of the console comics and an awesome artist, he's also a referee. So I have a referee question for you.
Okay.
What is the most challenging part of being a referee during high stake games?
That's a good question. I'm just trying to think. I think a lot of people would think that the most I mean, every referee is different. I do soccer and lacrosse. Well, girls lacrosse. I want to be right up front because girls lacrosse and boys lacrosse are completely different sports.
Totally
They're
different.
they are not the same at all. They both use sticks. They both play with a ball. They both have goalies, but that's where the similarities end. So I think a lot of people would probably say something along the lines that they're worried about making the wrong call, making the right call. I never worry about that too much. I mean, that's not an arrogance thing. I think it's you prepare yourself over the course of a season. And after you've been doing it for a while, you've seen enough situations where you're generally ready for the weird things happen, but you're generally ready. I would say the most difficult part of any game, but the stakes get higher in playoff games is managing personalities, really. And I've said this to people before, I don't care who the coach sent to the captain's meeting. That may not be the guy who you want to work with.
Gotcha.
I'll find one or two players generally in my general area that I can talk to. I'll talk to throughout the course of the game. I'm like, if you got a problem, you come to me. I'm going to come to you first. You get to this guy before I have to. I'll go to my pocket and I'll pull out cards if I have. I'd rather you talk to him and get him to calm down than me. I'll do it. But if you can get there before I have to, more the better for both of us, really. So I would say managing personalities, but the longer you do it, the better you get at it. But sometimes there's games where it no matter what you try, it doesn't work. You guys know me. I tend to crack jokes. So in a tough moment, I'll pull a player and I'll try and say something funny to get them to laugh. And then hopefully I'm like, okay, now let's have a conversation. It doesn't always work, but that's my style.
Gotcha. Okay. My second question is for Brian. What is your process for collaborating with artists? Like, how much direction do you give on visuals?
Good question.
I try to. I give some description in the script. Some description, but I do want them to be comfortable enough to be able to draw what their interpretation of the story or what they think may fit best visually to help with the story, and that's been the good thing with working with David on issues 2 and 3 is that I sent him the script and gave him some direction on what I wanted, and he came back to me and said, hey, I think it might be better if we change this panel this way, or maybe if I did it this way. And so I'm open to that because I'm thinking it more from I am thinking about it visually, but I'm more focused on the script and the continuity of the story. And so if he can come up with a better way of telling it visually, I'm all for it.
Nice.
That's what artists want to hear.
Yes.
Well, one of my favorite
23 Munch.
I think it's a 2-panel cartoon. One of my favorite ones I've ever seen is it's at a con, and it's a panel or whatever. And the first panel is someone asking a question of, well, how do you come up with the story for da da da? And the writer says something like, well, and he says, it's easy. I just write, a couple pages, and then the next panel is the artist jumping over the table trying to choke the guy. It's easy for you because you're just writing whatever you want.
But all the new people here, make sure the hashtag the doctor. Make sure you enter that in,
Yes.
so that way you'll be able to get yourselves a duck. We want to make sure we get as many people in there as possible, so that way you can win the world's greatest monthly giveaway. So make sure y'all can put that hashtag the doctor in the comment section below. So now my second question to Grincher Guy.
There we go.
What is one thing you wish more players or fans understood about being a ref?
Oh, that's a good one. That we're human too.
Yes,
We make mistakes. We're not trying to make mistakes, but we make mistakes.
100%.
And when we make mistakes, the good referees, I'm not saying across the board, but the good referees don't do I'll make it up at the other end. No. You realize you made the mistake. A good referee will go tell a player, hey, look, I screwed up. I've done that once or twice. You can't do that multiple times in the game, but you can go, yep, I missed one. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye out for it next time, but I missed one. I think just letting everyone know we are human. We're not trying to screw you. Because more often than not, you're, well, he's a hometown referee. No, if I cared either way, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So it's more of I'm trying to do the best out here too. I promise you, I didn't miss something on purpose, but it happens.
Yeah. Understandable. And my third question to Brian is, what is the biggest challenge you face when writing an ongoing series?
I think it's staying focused on the main story. I think that the doctor is the main character of this story, but there are so many other characters that I have. It's making sure that you're using those other characters right, the supporting cast, and that you maybe don't focus so much on other characters and try to stay focused on on the main character.
Gotcha.
But, the idea with this series though is that it could be ongoing, where he's bringing in different patients or different people into his group. As a doctor, right? He can see a wide variety of people, and so I think that could add to some keeping the story fresh, because there's a way to introduce new characters or new situations or new problems. So
how far ahead do you plan the story?
That's a good question.
I outlined the first 3 issues to really kind of have that initial story arc.
Okay.
And that's kind of as far as I've gone. But again, I initially setting it up was, and developing the story, the idea back in my head was, well, it has a lot of flexibility because of him being a doctor.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. My last question is for Green Shirt Guy. How do you stay calm and focused when players or fans disagree with your calls?
Oh, fans, I don't ever hear, to be honest with you. Well, I always say I don't always say never. Every once in a while, something. So generally, honestly, coaches and fans and people off the field, it becomes white noise after a while, because you're trying to focus on what's going on. Sometimes something's either stupid or funny will filter through. And I think it's just my brain goes, "Oh, that was kind of silly." What did they say? I'm sorry. What was it? Repeat the question. I think.
Sure. How do you stay calm and focused when players or fans disagree with your call?
It's just. I think it's just practice. My general rule of thumb or thought process is, I may miss stuff. That happens, but I'm not going to miss anything that's game critical, that's going to change the outcome. I'm focused on making sure, especially in the last 5-10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I want to be consistent with what I called in the first half. 10 minutes, it starts the second half. Every 10 minutes, I almost break the game down, maybe mentally, into chunks of about 10 minutes. So I'm constantly going, that. Plus, once you get into some higher level games, it's not, if I have the whistle, it's different than as an AR or a linesman, for those who aren't in the referee world. Your responsibilities are, so if you're holding the flag, it's very cut and dry. It's either offside, it's not. It's in bounds, it's out of bounds. You might call some fouls, but your responsibility is different. But when you're working with 3 guys, well, sometimes 4, when you're having conversations through the mic, sometimes that helps you kind of keep your eyes focused, because you're like, I'm focusing on this. You got this for me. You got this for me. That kind of. So yeah, I guess I don't know if that answers the question.
That does answer the question. And that's all my questions for right now. I got some would you rather's, but I'll wait till we get to that point.
Right on.
I have a question for Green Shirt. What level are you referring? Is it high school, middle school? What?
I do. So for girls lacrosse, I do high school,
Okay.
and then a little bit of travel. Not I do a couple summer tournaments. In fact, I'm doing one this weekend, but that's only because I want the money to take with me to Iceland. For soccer, I do travel. I do college. I do high school. Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
okay.
at the state tournament the last couple of years. So yeah.
Yeah, the lacrosse tournaments are probably pretty good, right? You get one, you
The
get
one
multiple.
last week. So I did one last weekend. They're both in Albany. The one last week one was really good. And it's funny because the state tournament for high school, I think, was Friday and Saturday last week, and then the older girls. So it was younger girls on Saturday, and then the older girls were Sunday, like the high school age. So Saturday was like 12 and below. And then the high school age was Sunday. Yeah, and the level. I mean, they came from Maine,
Right.
Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
yeah.
There was some from Rochester, where I grew up. There was some from Albany area. I mean, the level was really high, which was I know it's going to sound weird, but it's actually easier to officiate because they know when they foul. They don't even blow the whistle. And they're like, "Yep, yes, I did. I'm just going to move along. I'm not going to argue with you."
Right.
Now, you can ask your questions, and then after that, we'll do the drawing for the doctor.
All right. Let me see. Let me just throw a couple lines on here. Well, unless Brian, do you have any questions you want to throw? Do you have?
Well, I maybe for both of you, what has been your favorite drawing so far, right? This is episode 9 or 10?
This is 10. This
10.
is double digits.
Yeah.
We made sure we got you up for a special one.
So what has been, what subject or has been your favorite to draw so far out of the 10? And you don't have to say the doctor.
Honestly, it's the one that he didn't like, but I love doing was Transformers when I did Soundwave.
I knew you could say that. Oh,
I'm an
still haven't
ultimate
finished that.
Soundwave
I'm
fan,
pissed off.
and I love drawing Soundwave. I thought I was gonna do horrible on it, but it came out very good. I'm actually adding it to my video I'm doing. I'm doing a video today after we're done with this, and it's gonna be posted sometime later this week. I have over to my left of me. I have a shrine of Soundwave, a whole shelf dedicated to him, and I'm gonna be showing people what I got. I got something new this past week. It was in my LCS, and I couldn't believe that I got it. So y'all will see. Y'all will see.
Yeah, I did not enjoy drawing Transformers. Not because I don't like the characters. There's just too many straight lines.
Yeah, it was a lot of straight lines.
If you don't get it right, it looks bad real quick.
Yes, almost like baking a cake.
Yes, exactly. Very technical, and that's a bad thing. I just my stuff can get nuanced. I'm trying to think what we did. We did Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
We did the Absolute Universe.
Then we did X-Men, Spider-Man, and what was the other one?
Yep.
Your G.I. Joe.
Did,
oh, that's right. G.I. Joe was fun. I did enjoy doing G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That Cobra Commander.
We did the Energon universe with Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe.
I think the Void Rivals one was, and I know you like that one, C-Bizzle.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot.
Was probably, I enjoyed doing that one.
Yes.
Because, one because I was able to find more reference than I did with some other stuff. So yeah, I would say the Void Rivals one was probably my favorite of the ones we've done, but I have been enjoying all of them. So.
Hey, Joseph Michaels here.
Just in time.
So my questions now, or you got, or you have anything else, Brian?
No, yeah, go ahead.
All right, where's my sheet of paper? All right, so let's go.
Oh, here we go.
Tell you what, we'll go ink it or erase it.
Okay.
Ink it or erase it. The candy, good and plenty.
Oh, erase it.
Thank you.
Get that thing out of this universe. Oh,
Yeah,
I do not like it.
I don't like the dentist. So yes, let's get
Oh,
erase it.
No, erase that thing.
I can't remember who gave it to me the first time, and I mean, we're still talking, but
I have no choice but to talk to the person. My mother-in-law, she loves that candy. I don't see how.
I think I still have a piece stuck in one of my teeth.
so foul. I'm not a big fan of licorice flavoring, so I think that's really what it is. But
no,
but yeah,
I'm not a fan of that.
Well,
Erase that.
What's frustrating too is the packaging great. I actually like the packaging. I'm like, oh, this looks
Yeah, the packaging is cool.
No, I don't. This is gross.
Yeah, bright and colorful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ink it or erase it. 1-ply toilet paper.
Oh, erase it. Listen, it has to be minimum 2. Okay, I'm a big man. 1-ply. Yeah, I'm giving myself an exam. Okay, so we're not doing 1-plies here.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
an erase for me too.
I agree. I don't need the thick cottonelle stuff though. I don't need to be wiping my with a pillow. But
Yeah,
1-ply is a little bit too far the other way.
that's that hotel toilet paper. No, sorry, the motel toilet paper.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong there. Well, because they're trying to save money, and it's like, well, save money somewhere else.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna have to clean stuff up otherwise.
Right.
Ink it or erase it. Dryer sheets.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I'm going to ink it, but I only use 2.
Okay.
I know people that say they will use 7 or 8 of them. Are like, y'all wasting them. You don't need that much. 2 is good enough. I love dryer sheets.
I don't ever use them. I never use them.
No?
I never have.
Oh, wow.
No static cling on the green shirt?
I'm really worried about it. It's just like, all right.
Yeah, that's why I mainly use, because I don't like the static. I don't like to get popped in my hands trying to fold clothes.
Right on. Let me throw a line here 1 second.
Yes, I am the laundry person in my house. I do the laundry.
So in our house, it's kind of split. I do my own, and then I separate it from everybody else's because I'm really particular of the way I want stuff done.
Understandable.
Lights, darks, reds go completely by themselves.
You can't have dingy green shirts. They got to be
right.
They got to be bright.
and then my referee laundry goes in its own, and then it gets hung dry so it doesn't shrink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
You
don't want no shrinkage out there on the field.
You sure do not.
Yeah.
I'm real particular.
Don't give the fans any more ammo.
Yeah, right.
I'll
tell you what, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, you wear glasses?" I'm like, only off the field. I wear contact. I don't wear my contacts all the time, but when I referee, I wear them. Yeah. Ink it or erase it. The show Jersey Shore. Oh, he's thinking.
No, I'm trying to find a nice way to just say erase it.
Erase it.
Yeah, I'm going to erase it. I've never really. That's just like, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. If you like Jersey Shore, cool. I'm not going to make fun of you whatsoever. It's literally a turn your brain off type of show.
Correct.
That's how I see it as.
And that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've watched it from the beginning, so it's literally like people are like, how can you still watch that? So I explain it like this. I've watched it from the beginning. I don't expect to get anything out of it. It's literally like when you go off your entree, then you have your dessert. Dessert's just empty calories. Jersey Shore is
that's what it is.
That's when I watch television. I don't expect to get anything. I just turn my brain off and relax. It's silly half the time.
Yeah, I agree.
But I have watched it from the beginning, so I still watch it.
I'm not gonna lie. I did watch the first 2 seasons. I did do that, and I jumped off after that.
I can't believe it's still it's still around. Like
it's crazy because they have children now.
Right.
Oh Lord.
All except for like one of them are married. So.
Yeah, I guess it's like one of those shows. It's like the car crash.
Yes,
You can't look away.
100%. Well, and that's why I can't really, as much as I think this show's stupid, I can't really get on people for watching those housewives shows. I'm like, well, I can't really say anything to you because I watch Jersey Shore.
Facts.
I think that show's stupid, but I have my own stupid. So
Yeah.
Well, I think it's people's curiosity of seeing how other people live, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, let me throw this line in here too. 1 second. All right, interior racing. I may have used this one before, but that's okay. We can ask again. Arnold Palmer's.
Oh, I am definitely inking that.
Oh yeah,
I love
I'm drinking
Arnold
some.
Palmer.
I'm only drinking half. I'm drinking just sweet tea right now.
On.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I'm drinking fake iced tea. You know those
Oh.
Crystal Light packs.
oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm
Oh,
drinking.
okay. Yeah.
I don't remember how I came across this other than I think we were out of regular tea in the house at one point. You probably won't have this C-Bizzle. You used to live in New York, right, Brian?
I used to.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
So-
on Long Island.
Oh, okay. So did they have Stewart's down there or no?
No, I don't think so.
It's like I grew up on the other side of the state, but in this area, it's kind of like the local, like almost like a 7-Eleven, but they don't generally, it's like 50-50 where they have gas, but usually it's like in a convenience store and they have their own ice cream and milk and whatever, but they have their own iced tea, and they have green tea, which I really like. So I actually really enjoy an Arnold Palmer made with their green tea and lemonade. So good, so good. And I was like, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to want to drink green tea and lemonade. I was like, all right, well, that's all we got. I'll give it a whirl. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's probably a good mix because some green teas are, they don't taste that great by themselves. So
Right. Well, and this one's
mixing
not
it, yeah.
overly sweet too, so it almost
That's true.
balances.
Yeah, kind of balanced out, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I need to get a stopwatch for this. So for the next one it's in honor of us doing the doctor, and I'll let you both do it if you want. Let me see if I can do it on my watch here. I should be able to do it.
Do you want to do the second hashtag?
Yeah, we can do that. Why don't we do
Yeah.
that and then we'll do it afterward? Yeah.
And then we're doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
enter the doctor in the comments for a chance to win a duck for the monthly giveaway, the greatest monthly giveaway on YouTube.
Yes.
You've got 15.
We got Joseph Michaels in it now, and then Harvey
Yeah.
Castro's here.
Got
So
a bunch
hey,
more. Yeah.
yes.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Who's it going to be? Garth Wong just got into.
Right on.
Hey.
There you go.
So, I will give the duck to. Let's give the duck to Canadian Survivalists.
Right on. I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's gotten one in a while.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, we're going to do one more, right?
Yes.
One more, yeah.
The Green Street guy.
Let's go. Spoonful of sugar.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Spoonful of sugar.
Spoonful of sugar. Let me add that. Spoonful of sugar. Enter that in for our last duck tonight. Let me update the banner too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, spelled it wrong.
It's okay. So does Sam.
Yeah.
I'm trying to type too quick. There we go.
All right.
Let me get another pen. Let me get this one.
It's on you, Grisha guy.
All right. So you have 30 seconds
Mm-hmm.
when I say go to name as many pop culture doctors as you can.
Oh God. Oh God.
So then the two of you can go against each other, and then the winner I will figure out what we want to do. Ready? 5.
Who's going first?
Oh yeah. Well, you guys decide. I don't care.
C-Bizzle can go.
You want to go first? I'll go first. Okay. Okay.
I'll count you in.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Doogie Howser. Doctor Who. House. Ratchet from Transformers. I'm reaching here. What's Crusher's mom's name on Star Trek? Oh,
Seconds. 4, 3, 2.
I can't think. That's all I can think
1.
of.
Okay, you got 4.
Oh,
Brian's looking them up while.
No, I'm racking my brain. I'm like, Google.
All right, I will count you in.
Beverly, that's who it was.
Wesley Crusher. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Dr. Oz. Wasn't Bruce Banner a doctor? Dr. Bruce Banner.
Oh yeah.
Might have been.
Doctor Strange.
I gotta forget the comic book.
Doctor, was it Marcus? What was he was on the TV show? Marcus. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Who?
4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
All right, you got 3. Here's the ones that I came up with, and I was seeing how many you guys would get. Dr. Nefario from Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Dr. Feelgood.
Oh.
Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
I forgot about that one.
And it's funny because I used to have a supervisor at work that would go, "Hey, everybody," when she would come in, and I always go, "Hey, Dr. Nick," and nobody would. Dr. Teeth.
Where's Dr. T from?
From the Electric Mayhem on the Muppets. Dr. T.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Dr. Jekyll.
Dang it.
Dr. Otto Octavius.
I totally spaced out on the comic book ones.
Dr. Henry Indiana Jones.
Oh. We don't call him doctor, but yeah, you got a point.
You call him Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
Dr.
Named a
Zaius.
dog, Indiana.
Yeah. What's that one?
Dr. Zaius.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I went to my mind went to TV shows.
Mine too.
I think TV shows for some reason.
Yeah. I think when you said pop culture, that's why my mind went.
Well, that's why I was kind of leaving it for everything. If you want movies, TV, whatever. I didn't want to stay away from like doctor, I don't know, a real doctor, like the Surgeon General or whatever. Dr. Moonlight Graham.
What's that from?
Field of Dreams.
Oh.
Doctor Strange, you mentioned. Dr. Peyton Westlake, who's Darkman.
That's true.
Dr. Emmett Brown.
Oh.
He is a doctor, technically.
Yeah.
He is a doctor.
Dr. Evil.
Oh, I gotta forget Dr. Evil.
Dr. Doolittle.
Oh.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Yep.
Dr. J, not technically pop culture, but I would have let it go.
Okay.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
I haven't seen her show in decades.
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I'm in Texas. I should be ashamed of myself.
Right?
It's
And
like a national drink down here.
The last one I had was Dr. Mario.
Oh, I could have said Dr. Henry McCoy.
Yes.
That's one I forgot. If I was thinking comic books, yeah.
Yep.
And if I would have I couldn't think of the doctors' names from ER.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah, and then there's like 30 of them too. You could have come up with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What about like Gray's Anatomy?
Right.
Even
Scrubs.
MASH.
Scrubs,
Right?
Yep.
yeah, Scrubs, Dr. Cox.
Yeah. That's what it was. God dang it. Dr. Cox. I should have had that one.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that was my lightning round. And I'll save my
I like that.
I'll save my would
That was a good one. That was a good one.
You want me to go ahead and start with my would you rathers?
Sure.
This is for
Dr.
Yes.
Doom. I forget Dr. Doom.
Oh, Dr. Doom.
Wow.
We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Right? Especially
Like I said,
with the event going on right now.
Right.
My mind went to TV shows for some reason. I don't know why. That's where I went.
Okay, so this is
Dr.
my would you
Henry
rather. Who?
Dr. Henry Blake from MASH.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Donald Blake, Thor.
Yeah. BJ Honeycutt.
Yeah.
I was more of a Honeycutt than Trapper John guy, but I did like Trapper John as well.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, the other Dr. McCoy from Star Trek. The one that with Spock and them, that doctor.
Yeah, that's Bones McCoy.
Yeah, Bones McCoy. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is would you rather summer vacation edition.
Okay.
Both of y'all can answer. Would you rather spend a week at the beach or the week in the mountains?
Beach.
Ooh, which beach too? That's probably what.
And just general beach.
Summer beach.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of swimming because I don't really know how to swim. I just don't drown.
Yeah.
So I'm good with
You
a
can float
pond.
basically.
Yeah, I'm good with a. I actually do enjoy a cabin in the woods, even with the mosquitoes. I enjoy a cabin in the woods. I'll go with the mountains.
I would have to say beach because I never set foot on the beach before.
What? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You guys gave me crap about not watching Batman Returns, and you've never been to the beach?
Hey, look, I didn't give you
I
crap
know this
for
is
it.
going to sound bad, especially on Juneteenth, but you're a black guy. They live on the beach now.
Right. Well, I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, so I spend most of my time indoors.
I'll let it pass.
Yeah. We do have beaches in Michigan. I just didn't want to go there.
Sure.
To those beaches. Yeah. Would you rather go on a road trip across the country or fly to a tropical island? Three good nerves. I can't say that three good nerves. I haven't been to none of those beaches in Texas. Cross country trip or fly to a tropical island?
I think cross country trip because I'll kind of depend on who I'm going with too.
Yeah.
If you go with your buddies, like there's nothing like being in the car treating each other like crap and eating garbage. You know what I mean? Like there really isn't.
Let me ask on the cross country trip, is Cliff with me?
No.
Because that might be a factor.
He could be. Let's just say
I think I'd do the cross country trip though, because since I'm going to the beach on the first vacation, then I'd want to do the cross country trip.
Right.
Yes. It all depends on how many kids you have. Three good nerds.
Right. I'll turn this car around.
Yeah.
So you are correct. How many kids are in the back seat? That is a valid question. Depends on
I mean, I may depend. I know errors are different, but it didn't have a ton. But you ever notice how when your dad's driving, he wouldn't even have to look to see where you were sitting. He could smack you from the front seat.
Yeah.
Like head never turns. He's watching.
No.
And you can
No.
try and move, and somehow he gets you every time.
Yeah. I've been practicing the art of that with my son. So
Right. It's ninja
So-
moves.
We went on a family trip and we were in a station wagon, and I'm the youngest of 5, and so I was all the way in the back, so my dad couldn't reach me,
oh.
and I had a cap gun,
Oh no.
and periodically I would shoot the cap gun off. He wanted to kill me.
Would you rather?
I was going to say,
Oh, go
that
ahead.
just reminds me of the Kevin Hart line from his, I think it's his first stand-up, where he's talking about getting a fight with his wife in the car. He goes, first of all, if somebody touches you while you're driving, they don't care about their life.
Would you rather spend summer vacation with your best friends or your favorite celebrity?
Oh, best friends.
Yeah, best friend, I
Yeah.
think.
Celebrity
Yeah.
be fun, but best friends.
Yeah, sure. It all depends on your
Unless
favorite
the celebrity becomes my best friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It depends on the celebrity and what y'all do.
True.
Is a celebrity paying though? Because that might,
Yeah, there's that.
That's that too. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna be paying. It's almost like the similar like with your best friends. Like if you go on some vacation,
You're going half
your best friends, everybody chips in something. So
Yeah.
maybe the celebrity might chip in a little bit more, depending on what y'all do. Would you rather go to an amusement park every day or relax by the pool all summer?
Amusement park.
I will go to amusement park myself.
Different amusement park or the same one?
I'll go with it. Let's go with it because you're gonna be in the same pool the whole summer, so I'll say the same amusement park.
Same. Yeah. I guess amusement park.
You know, some amusement parks have pools as well.
Right. Six Flags or any water park. Would you rather take a spontaneous summer trip or plan every detail months ahead?
I'll let you go ahead first, Brian, because I'm going to split it.
I'm a planner, so I
am too.
Same. I want to plan it so that way I can control everything that needs to be controlled.
Well, I just like to maximize my time.
Yes.
So when I'm at something, I want to see as much as I can because I may not be back there anytime soon. And rather than kind of willy-nilly, there is something nice to just kind of relaxing and doing whatever. But if I'm going to a specific, like we went to Colonial Williamsburg probably 4 years ago, and I had the map. I'm like, we do nothing else, I want to see this building, this building, and this building. And we're meandering. I'm like, guys, we got to move faster because this place is going to close. And we're really only here today because we're going to do something else in Virginia tomorrow. Oh, well, let's have fun. I'm like, I'm having fun, but I also, we can't spend an hour at each building.
Exactly.
But then I was the bad guy, so you know.
What's going on, Roscoe?
I'm gonna get to see Roscoe this weekend too. And
That's right.
We got to get Roscoe on here.
Yes, we do. That's all my would you rathers. If you want to go ahead and do yours, and then we'll finish up with the
last hashtag,
and then Brian's gonna finish off with what about the Kickstarter for the doctor again, because I want more people to know about it, and then we'll be done. So
absolutely,
go ahead with your would you rathers.
Okay, so the first two are kind of just themed with what time of year we are.
Okay.
Knowing that you're going to Heroes Con tomorrow, would you rather go to a show like that, a Comic-Con, doesn't have to be Heroes, can be whatever of your choosing, and have to work the con merch table or the information booth?
I think information booth. Being able to help people, direct people.
Sure.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that's similar to what my job is now. Basically, I'm giving information and helping people register for conferences and things of that nature. So I probably would do information as well, because it's easier for me than selling merch. So you ask me to be an information person or a salesman, I'm always gonna go information person.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Okay. Would you rather run a tag sale, yard sale, garage sale, however you want to say it? I know there's, depending where you live, where you work all day and you sell no items, or get to a tag sale that has a bunch of stuff you want, but you forgot your wallet.
I could cheat so bad right now because I may not have my wallet, but I may have my phone.
They only take cash.
Oh, you was a dirty man.
This is why it's a tough one. I can't make it easy.
I would say go to the tag sale. Go to the tag sale because I was out on a walk one day in my neighborhood, and I happened to go by a yard sale, and I found something I wanted, and I said to the people, I said, look, I just gotta walk home and I'll go get my wallet or get some cash and come back. Will you put that aside? And they put it aside for me. So
there you go.
Yeah. If I could do that, then yeah. Because if not, then I'm gonna go with the first choice because I hate when I'm broke. I don't go on eBay. I don't go to Facebook Marketplace because I would see something that is so cheaply costing, and I'm like, but I'm broke, and then my whole day is ruined.
Right.
like I literally. So, like I said, I'm a huge Soundwave fan. 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more than 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, there was this store that specialized in anime and things of that nature, and they had Generation 1 Soundwave for $56.99. I kept putting it off and putting off.
Raw or in the
Never
box?
in the box.
Ooh.
And I never got it. And then when I finally decided to get it, it was already sold.
Of course.
So till this day, every time I see a Soundwave on eBay for $120, $130, I'm like, I could have had it for $56.
I hear that.
So yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so next one's not as jokey fun, but it'll be interesting. Would you, knowing that we're talking about doctors, would you rather have to have your teeth yanked out, all of them, or your fingers cut off?
Oh, easy. Teeth.
yeah, as much as I don't like the dentist, I'd much rather get my teeth pulled than not have fingers.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I gotta have my fingers.
Oh, that's right. That's true. True that.
Yeah, I'm a gamer and I'm drawing. Like,
so you're
my
okay
two
with
favorite
drinking
things.
like
I can put a steak in a
milkshakes for the
blender.
rest of your life?
Right. Me, I keep ice cream for the rest of my life. Bet.
Right. I want a cheeseburger, but I have to blend it first.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, last one, and this is kind of a funny, silly one. Would you rather have to live with one human-sized pigeon or 20 pigeon-sized men?
One human-sized pigeon. No, I think I could get the 20 pigeon-sized
Yeah.
men to do some work for me.
Yeah, it'd be like Snow White and the 20 Dwarfs.
That's true, I suppose. Now, mind you, they're only like this big because pigeons aren't that big.
Hey, they can help organize my comic book collection.
Yeah. I don't want to be cleaning up a human-sized pigeon.
Right.
Yeah, that's true,
Right.
that's true.
With that one-ply toilet paper. I mean, that's not going to be good.
But you could fly it to work.
Yeah.
True. But what happens with that one day the pigeon becomes feral and decides to make you their next meal?
Yeah, that's true. This is true. This is true.
At least if the 20 guys get mad at me, what's the worst thing I'm gonna do? Just leave? Cool.
Right on. All right, that was my last one.
All right. So now, before we do, no, after we do the hashtag, we're gonna show our work, and then, Brian, I would like for you to tell us both things, the doctor and the CBCA awards,
Yes.
and then we'll end the show there. So let's go ahead and do the hashtag. Anybody in chat? If you we got 9 and 9. Oh, never mind. 9 people in chat, 9 people, 9 entries.
I'm not even going to count it
I
down. I'm
noticed that
just
my
going to spin it.
hashtag, everyone decided to do it, even though it was the longest one.
Right? They didn't want to do
Yeah.
my hashtag. Bunch of meanies.
All right, we're going to run it. Good luck. Who's it going to be?
Somebody I know.
Round
Anybody
and
gonna double
round
up?
it goes. Shop.
Hey!
Hey!
Congrats, Shop.
Write your name down. I believe in you, Shop. I still got his what did he call it when he did the whole universe?
Shop
of us?
first.
Shop first. That's what it was. I still have his Black Panther. I got to get it framed so I can put it on my wall. But I do still have it.
Yeah, no, his stuff is great. It's such a good mashup of the community.
Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to show our work. I go ahead. I can start. What's your guy?
Yeah,
So
go
I'll
ahead.
go like, make me big.
Biggerize you?
Oh, the other big, not that big. Yeah, that big. Okay. So go like.
Yours definitely better than mine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that came out great.
I have fun doing this.
I like it.
I'm gonna add some background to it, like how artists do that weird background sometimes. That's what I add to it, and then I'm gonna bag and board it, sign it. I might even add this to a future giveaway.
There you go.
Oh, that's a great giveaway. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right, Risha guy.
All right. Mine's not
I
done.
like yours.
Mine's not done, but mine's almost never done.
I like yours though. I like the idea you went with.
Spidey's in for a session.
I'm gonna put books back here so it looks more like a study, and I stuff the
Yeah.
But yeah, Spidey getting.
That's great.
So.
That is great.
Why'd you? I have to ask. Why'd you pick Spidey?
Because Spidey's in the book a couple times, right? Or the one guy head, right? I was like, all right. And in my head, for some reason, I remember you liking Spider-Man, so I was like, all right.
Yes. Yes.
And I know I'm right because I can see Spidey over your shoulder. So.
Yeah, that's great. They both came out great.
Thank you, Joseph Michaels. And
yeah, right.
I like that. Here we got a question for you, Brian, real quick.
Oh, Carl, okay.
Will I be able to get Doctor number 2 with the number 3 campaign?
Yes. Yeah. We'll usually what I'll do is I'll have the previous issues available in the new campaign. So, yep. That's it. That's a good way for people if they just discover it. Is a good way for them to be able to catch up. So, yep, definitely we'll be doing that.
All right. Tell us more about the Kickstarter and then the CBCA awards, please, sir.
Sure. So we have, and I'll drop the link in the chat too. The pre-launch page for the Doctor issue 3 is up, and script is done. It's with the artist. We've made a couple of revisions back and forth with the artist, and he's working on completing the pages. I've seen 5 pages so far, and they look great. Same artist, David Rodriguez, who did issue 2, is working on issue 3. He's actually going to be doing a cover for issue 3 as well. So definitely go follow it. If you just go on Kickstarter and follow it, that way once it launches, or if there's any information, you can get updated via Kickstarter. And I actually have another Kickstarter that I'm working on for Halloween.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
So I'm doing an art book. So working with a bunch of different artists from the community and outside of the community, and doing a horror Halloween themed art book. A little bit of a twist on it though. We're doing all female characters. So kind of a twist, think, Jason, Freddy Krueger as females. So kind of pinup style type. And so I think right now I have 22 or 23 artists who are all working on different pieces. So, and that Kickstarter is live as well. Let me drop that in. It's called Damsels of Halloween and Horror. So it is, let me find that link. So yep, that's in progress, and we're going to have it in the hands of everybody by Halloween. That's the goal. So
nice.
let me see, so yeah, that's the goal. So just I wanted to kind of try something a little bit different, other than and being able to work with a bunch of different artists. I thought was just an idea that I came up with and wanted to kind of try it out. Why can't I find? So we have the pre-launch. Oh, there it is. So I'll drop that link in there as well. And we're going to have some, kind of, one of the covers is like a homage to one of the classic, like, Golden Age horror covers. So I'm definitely go check that out. So yeah, in between those things, then we're doing the CBC Awards, right? So nominations opened up 2 weeks ago, just a little bit over, just under 2 weeks ago. So open nominations, 30 categories in this year's awards. So definitely go over to cbcawards.org and nominate your favorite channel. So the nominations is really the most important piece of it, because that really drives who makes the finalist, right? The top nomination getters in each category ultimately become the finalist in the category. So if you have a favorite channel, favorite creator, you got to just make sure that you nominate them so that they can hopefully become a finalist. And that nominations run to the end of beginning of August 2nd.
Nice. Yeah, I have the pleasure of being a finalist and a nominee a couple of times over. So yes, please go to there, go nominate your favorite channel, and make sure you spread the word for more, so we get more nominees. Because that's how a lot of people find out about certain channels, because of the nominations. They never heard of especially when somebody makes make the final list and they never heard of that person. Yes, I got mine sitting over here as well.
Council winners.
Yes, and just go there. Make sure you guys nominate your favorite comic book YouTuber, and have fun with it. That's basically what I will say. Just have fun with this. It's a great time. Every year the show is amazing. Brian always put together a great show. So we really appreciate you in this community, Brian.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have 2 new hosts this year. I'm not going to host. I'm gonna kind of be working in the background. I'll be involved in the show, but we're gonna have some guest hosts from the community run the final award show. They announced the winners this year, and yeah, just looking forward to it. And we publish every week. I'm going to be updating the list of nominated channels, just a running list of any channel that has been nominated, and you can go find that on cbcawards.org. And that's a good way to, like you said, to discover new channels, because as the nominations came in, there were probably a dozen channels on the nomination list that weren't on my radar. So I was able to go set them up and check out their content. So it's a great way to support the overall community and discover some new channels.
And Three Good Nerds has a question for you. Are there still sponsor spots?
Yes. Yeah, the one thing we did different with the sponsors this year was that sponsors are not sponsoring an individual category, so that we don't have any conflict of interest. They're just a general sponsor of the awards. But yes, there are still spots open.
Nice.
So yeah, I think last I checked, we had well over 200 nomination
Oh, wow.
ballots
Oh,
in.
wow.
So yeah, just keep them coming in.
Nice. Well, Brian, we really do appreciate you for being a guest host here. We have fun with this, with the doctor. And like I said, it's a great book. I enjoy reading it, especially when you get to the end when I'm not gonna tell y'all.
Right.
Wait till the campaign 3 comes out. We're gonna be in there. Trust me. I believe it was Garfon was asking where they missed out on issue 2. Trust me, you want to read issue 2. I have, like I said, I have fun reading it. You can check him out. Like I said, for the CBCA Awards and the both Kickstarters, all that is in the chat. Make sure you go click on them, save them. That way you can be aware of any news that Brian comes out with.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. And thank you for your your artwork tonight, guys. Really, it's great to see other renditions of the characters that I've created. I have a stack of books that I'm taking, blanks that I'm taking to Heroes Con, so I'm going to be handing them out to some of the other community members, some community artists, and hopefully get to see what they'll do with the with the blank cover in the future. So
nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, like I said, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate you. Once again, you will see us again on Sunday with film and box office news. We will be doing PCU. This is Green Shirt Guys trilogy of actors for is it John Favreau?
John Favreau.
I keep pronouncing his last name. I don't know why. He's such a part of the MCU. Favreau.
And we'll have a new feature for that show. I'm just saying that. So
yes, it's gonna be a new feature.
New little feature that will start. It will carry on after my 3 movies, but it starts with this week.
And we'll let y'all know most likely on Sunday what the next trilogy that me and Green Shirt Guy will be drawing.
Yes. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it, but I don't know if we have the third one.
Yeah.
And watch for Jeff the shark coming.
Yeah. If you want a Jeff, I have one. I have more coming. I actually got some from
just in time for Shark Week.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
And if you want to see some Jeffs I've done, go to my Instagram. I did a bunch of Jeffs in January. I did Jeffuary.
All right, Brian, it's up to you.
All right, guys. Thanks very much. Appreciate you having me on and getting to be a special guest host on the Council of Comics, fill in the blanks. Appreciate it, guys.
Excellent job.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hopefully I made Sam proud.
Ooh, I forgot who that is. I know C-Bizzle did.
Yeah, I don't know that Sam guy. I don't.
All right. Thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. And join the council on Sunday. Later. Oh,